400 meters.
Sharissa Moore, she's out pretty quickly. On her heels, though, is Chloe Lucas. And on the outside,
that is Shemaya O'Dane. They are the outside.
Looking pretty good.
And here comes from Christchurch Foundation, Chloe Lucas, not to rule her out of this as well. So remember the top two in the 400 meters. As we say, the advancement, the top four rather, from each zone. So again, because you're second in this race, does not guarantee that you will be in the top four.
As they head for home though, Jules, it looks to me like
Chloe Lucas.
And she's followed by Shemaya O'Dane. So Lucas has this one wrapped up, crossing the line now. And in lane 6, Shemaya O'Dane. In third is going to be Sharissa Moore. And fourth from the Springer Memorial School, Tia Lewis.
Yes. So those four. We have a competitor from the St. George Secondary, Kriska Padmore, who is now finishing as well. So that's one under 20 girls down, one more remaining. And we haven't seen the under 20 girls. I mean, this young lady was outstanding, way outstanding. From Shade Williams.
Yes.
But apart from her, it's been a while since we've seen any young ladies, I mean about 3 or 4, running in the region of 55 seconds for the 400 meters, which is really the kind of time you will be looking for these under 20 girls, Perry.
Yes, Michael. We were commenting on that a little earlier, and we also commented on that throughout the whole track and field season, as we were commenting on the various sports. The standard on the 20 girls division, and what can we do to create an interest and get those young ladies back into track and field? Because we must accept and acknowledge the fact that we've lost a lot of them over the years through lack of interest or whatever the case may be. What can we do to keep these athletes, these female athletes, in at the under 20 division?
That's the question you're asking me?
We're asking anyone
who are hearing us and might have an answer.
Please share your suggestions. We welcome all the suggestions because we are stumped here. We are at a loss.
I think there are a number of factors. There are so many other alternatives to track and field. And you would know, Perry, because you're one of the guys responsible for working them so hard as a coach. It's not easy to train for track and field, but I think you need definitely to have that determination, and you must see what is at the end of the road. They must see what's at the end of the road. And at the end of the road could be a scholarship. It could be a professional contract as well.
I don't think it's easy to train for any sport, though. But I think because the fitness aspect always factors. So you could be talking football, you could be talking cricket, squash, whatever. Unless it's one of those sports like dominoes. Fitness will always play a role.
Mental fitness comes into play there. Or chess.
You know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So our second section here on the line, the under 20 girls, Dana Haynes of St. George Secondary. She'll be running out of lane number 2. Rosette Hoyt, we saw her already in the 1500 meters. She'll be running out of lane number 3, representing the Christchurch Foundation. Shade Carrington from the Commonwealth School in lane 4. Drew-Ann Clark of Spring Memorial in lane 5. She's been around for a while. Jemima Clark of the Ursuline Convent in 6. And Afraka Bino Ford of Harrison College in 7. We saw her earlier as well in the 100 meters. So a lot of these girls are beginning to repeat. Some will repeat, as you saw, even though we have the 1500, the 100, and the 400 running on the same day, as well as the sprint hurdles. You'll find some repeats. At this level, at the inter-school sports level, you'll find a 1-4 repeat. You'll find a 15-4 repeat.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, that Drew-Ann Clark would have factored this morning in terms of the 1500 meters. She would have been involved in that. Rosette Hoyt as well would have been involved in the 1500 meters as well. So they already have those two events, that event rather, under their belt already.
In my day, I just went 8:15, 3000. I didn't bother to come down to that 400 at all. And plus, there were guys way better than myself for the 400 anyway, so there was no need for me.
What a pity we didn't have Sports.bb to cover the action back then, but they're off and running, and out pretty quickly is Rosette Hoyt, running pretty hard from the lane 3. Let's see how she's able to go over the rest of the distance. 300 meters in now.
Well, she's looking really well going down the back stretch.
Looking pretty good.
Wow. Made up the stagger on almost the entire field already there, Rosette Hoyt. And she knows that she has to run a good time. 200 meters gone, and she's still in charge. A Fracabino Ford of Harrison College is now coming.
Shadia Codrington as well from Commermere. She's in there.
Nice, long, even strides from the Commermerian. Carrington.
But
So
Rosette
here
Hoyt.
comes Hoyt. Let's see if Hoyt can finish strong. We've been talking about this all along. A strong finish is important. So it's Hoyt still holding on. Rosette Hoyt looking to get some valuable points for the Christchurch Foundation School. Her time must be good. So Hoyt finishes, and this girl from Commermere looks so easy, Shade Carrington.
Joanne
Nice
Clark
tall kid.
finishing third.
Followed by a Fracabino Ford, and Dana Haynes of St. George Secondary will be now picking up the final position. We also have from the Ursuline Convent, Jemima Clark. So that will bring us to the end of the 400 meters. Perry, you have some news there for us?
For the girls.
For the
For the
girls.
girls, not
But
the boys. Not
good
at all.
stuff.
It's coming up.
Oh, well, I should say the other good stuff really is really coming up now.
we would have mentioned all the records. We are at 8 right now. 8 it is.
Seven.
7 records. We have 41 more to break, to be broken. Sorry, and we are hoping that we can get close to that 48 today, and between today and tomorrow, we're hoping we get close to that 48. I know the crowd is spectatorship is small here at the National Stadium, but you can still hear a slight buzz as they realize what is going to happen next. They were robbed of seeing Jonathan Jones in the finals last year at BSSAC. He went from hero to villain quite quickly.
That term you use, he was robbed.
No, the spectators were robbed.
And that was all Jonathan's fault.
By him.
Really.
So he went from hero to villain.
One of the things you have to learn in the sport of track and field, as a runner, you must have the patience to stay in the blocks. As a thrower, you must have the discipline not to step over the line or not to go over the stop board in the case of the shot put. In the hurdles, well, you just have to hurdle very, very, very well.
Yes,
because one slip and that's it for you.
Yeah, we saw that we saw Hannah Collins do that at Junior Nationals.
Yes.
She 2 hurdles to go, and she was running 11 point and flying, and she struck that second last hurdle, and that was all she wrote. She came first, but the time was like 15
Really
point.
not what
she
we would have required from her.
No.
Well, the under-20 boys are sorting themselves out in terms of their blocks.
And there are two-time finals coming up here for the under-20 boys. And, of course, this first one is going to bring some fireworks as well.
Sure bet.
I tell you.
Delano Wickham is in there. In fact, let me just give the viewers a lane assignment.
As well.
In lane 6, we should see Ayo Toppin of the Commermere School. In
Well,
lane
they're now getting their final words from the start crew before they come towards the camera, and we can actually let you know who they are. Well, they're right there. And do we have the under 20 boys record?
Under 20 boys record is 48.21 seconds set last year by Jonathan Jones, Harrison College, and the BSAT record still stands at 47.18 seconds. Willan Louis, Christchurch Foundation, 2001.
Well, the boys are now making their way onto the track. So, in lane 6, Ayo Toppin, Combermere School in lane 5. In lane 5, Rashim Griffith, Harrison College. In lane 4, Delano Wickham, Christchurch Foundation. In lane 3, Shaquan Glasgow of the Allen School. In lane 2 is Kadeem Lane of St. Leonard's Boys. And in lane 1, that looks like Shajari Franklin of St. George Secondary School. The first section of the under 20 boys 400 meters dash.
Lane number 2 of St. Leonard's Boys, Kadeem Lane. And lane number 1 of St. George Secondary, Shajari Franklin. Competitors in semi-final 1 of 2, the boys under 20, 400 meters.
So this on the 20 boys 400 meters. I believe the race is going to be between Delano Wickham and Rashim Griffith. Christchurch Foundation, Harrison College. What do you think, Ian?
Well, I quite agree with you. Delano Wickham, having seen him previously, he looked pretty good. He's been having a good season. So I believe you're correct. Lanes 4 and 5. Let's see how they run.
So they're off to a good start, and the Wickham Foundation will be looking to make up that stagger. He can see Rashim, so I believe he's going to use him well. Rashim Griffith now opening up his strides, and he's going to make up the stagger on top end of Common Mare. Already, he's rolling. Wow. So Delano Wickham will have a lot of work to do to catch up, but here he goes now with 150 meters out. Rashim Griffith, here comes Delano Wickham of the Christchurch Foundation School. Into the straightaway they come. The battle now begins. Rashim Griffith, Delano Wickham running him all the way. Wickham will not catch him though. Rashim holds on. Wickham will finish in second. And third, Shaquan Glasgow of the Allen School.
I think Wickham did a little too late there, Michael.
Just a little too late?
Just let him get away a little too much.
A little too late.
Yes.
A very good finish though.
Oh.
Must give him that, a good finish. And of course we await that official result to see what kind of time he put in there. I believe it's under 48 seconds though. That looked like a under 48, Perry, Ian.
Yes. It looks
But
fast. Sure looks fast.
It certainly did.
And while we talk about times, Michael, we add another record to the casualty list there. The under 15 girls 400 meters. The old mark 61.63 seconds. DeAndre Foster of Spring Memorial. The new mark, another Spring Memorial student, Teonce Waldron, 59.95. So record falling again. So that brings it to 8.
How much is that? 8 records?
8 records.
I don't believe, honestly, I don't believe that we're going to go up to that 48 at all.
No.
I think as the years go by, we're going to see the records, the number of records will become less and less. Things will pan out eventually. But it's still good to have 8 so far. We still have tomorrow. We still have the 800s, the 200s, the intermediate hurdles.
And Michael, while we are talking,
and field events.
We have another one down. Another record on the chopping blocks right now. The under 17 girls 400 meters. Old mark 59.20 2017. Shamaya Oden. A new mark 59.03. Kyla Cummins, Christchurch Foundation. So that's 9.
So that's an under 17 girls?
Yes, under 17.
Now, Perry, let's really put things in perspective here. The knapsack under 13 girls 400 meter record is 1:01.61 seconds. And you're telling me that the under 17 girls mark here is 59? 2 seconds difference between under 13 and under 20. So you see,
and under 17.
One thing is to under 17. One thing is to delight in the fact that records are broken, but then you have to look at the quality of the performance.
Yes, Michael. Well, I agree with you 100%. But what I said is, once they keep breaking the records,
it will get better and better.
It shows that there's some quality coming.
Well, under 17 girls, as we discussed, really should be running somewhere in the region of 56 points.
Yes, I agree with you, Michael. And I am looking forward to that time when they do.
If we're looking beyond, so we're going to welcome these guys coming on for the under 20 boys 400 meters. This is the second section and the final section. I will indulge a little discussion right after this 400 meters because I'm hearing the stadium announcer mentioning Carifta standards. So I don't know if one of you guys could while we introduce, shed some light and get some information from the officials as to if this is an actual event. Running there in lane 6, Shem boys from the Allen School. Lane 5, we'll see Tyrese Horton of St. Leonard's boys. Raheem Tate Best now moving up there from the Christchurch Foundation. Jonathan Jones, we saw him earlier winning the 15. And of course, representing Harrison College from St. George Secondary, Kyle Walcott. He will be in lane number 2 and no 1 in 1. So 2 to 6, a small field here, but it will get bigger once we get to that final.
Oh, yes.
So Jonathan would have just seen Rashim Griffith Rashim running a pretty decent race. We don't have the clock here so we can tell you exactly what time he ran, but I'm figuring it looked to me like under 48, or I would say somewhere between 47.5 and 48.5. No slower, no faster.
We're going to wait the official results.
So they're off. Ian, your call?
Oh, sure, why not? And you're seeing Raheem Tate Best already looking to assert himself, but he's being chased by Jonathan Jones, and certainly you have to back Jones to be the favorite in this one. Jonathan Jones already making up the stagger, and he is going to take control of this race with just about 200 meters left in this under 20 boys 400 meters. The second section, of course, Jonathan Jones large and in charge here. He's taken control of the race now, just about 150 meters left, and as he turns for home, all arms and legs, he's by himself. He is by himself in a class of his own, really, is Jonathan Jones. I'm going to leave you to decipher what the time will be, Michael Jules. I am not Hawkeye, you are. But here now, Jonathan Jones crosses the line, looking very easy indeed. Raheem Tate Best crossing now, and he in third place. That looks like Shem Boyce of the Allen School, the top 3 finishers in that second section.
That's right. I will give him a 47 point.
47
point.
You heard it from Michael
Around
Jules.
the same time, maybe a slight faster than Rashim. Slight faster.
He's a class athlete, though, I tell you.
Oh, by far. By far.
We want to shout out Mr. Lauren Barrow. Unable to come and watch the proceedings live, but logged on to Sports.bb.
Yes, so. And of course, Lauren is no stranger to track and field. Having his daughter competing in the earlier days, Shanice, representing the Lodge School. She also represented Barbados at the junior level. But guys, now that these 400s are out the way, coming up will be the 75-meter hurdles, all the hurdles actually, all the sprint hurdles. And we'll be back. We have about 30 minutes. I think that would be a good time for us to get some refreshment, replenish ourselves, come back for the hurdles and the 4x1s. So we'll take a break now from the National Stadium. Thank you for viewing and stay tuned.
It's not about exercising. It's having the strength to do what you're passionate about. It's not about the road traveled. It's about the one to be traveled. An important thing in life is finding the perfect balance between body and soul. With a bottle of Ensure, you get the proteins, calcium, and 26 vitamins and minerals your body needs to live the best moments of your life with strength and energy. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
Looking for strength and energy? Try Ensure in Live with all-in-one nutrition for healthy bones, muscles, heart, immune system, digestion. Ensure in Live at a store near you. No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you earn up to 3% cash back on everyday purchases with the Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction, a lot more often. Plus, you get a welcome bonus from the get-go. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving, so it's easier for you to create many more precious yes moments. Apply for yours today. Call or visit a Scotiabank branch to find out more. Conditions apply.
So we were with Kobe Hudson. Kobe, now you absolutely shattered the record in the 400 meters under 15 boys. Is that your pet event? Is that the event that you were concentrating on? And was it your objective today to run down the record?
Well, today my objective really going into the race was just to win it. If the record came along, of course I'm happy with it, but the event that I'm really focusing on at BSSAC is going to be 400. I will be running the 8 as well, but 400 really will be my focus.
Will you be running the 2 as well?
No, I start running 200s.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, Kobe. All the best in the remainder of your events, and we certainly look forward to seeing you in the zonal meet and in BSSAC doing some fantastic things for Christchurch Foundation.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Ian. I'm here with a very special young man, special to me and special to Christchurch Foundation, Delano Wickham. Delano, your first year Christchurch Foundation School, how is it going?
So far it's going okay. The atmosphere obviously will be different from Ali School for the years I was there, but it's good they welcomed me and stuff like that. And yeah, so far it's going great. Okay,
so we've been seeing you going leaps and bounds today, and did you know how close you came to breaking that all 200 meter record by Willan Louis? You get 0.14 of a second. Yes, so you were really motoring. So you're not at school, first year on the 20, and second year on the 20. Second year on the 20. You have one more year on the 20. Okay, second year on the 20. You're here at Christchurch Foundation School. Where can we see Delano Wickham in the next 3-4 weeks?
I will be at the Louis Lanes Championships, which is after Relay Fair this weekend. And the following weekend is, I think, Junior Nationals, which is another big meet in Warriors. And then after that would be SAC Championships. So
can we see Delano Wickham's name on a plane ticket going to the Bahamas by Junior Nationals?
I would hope so.
Yeah, and this in terms, you have some very quality quarter milers at the school with you. I am calling the 4x4 relay for Christchurch Foundation School based on the caliber that I've been seeing.
Well, thank you very much, Perry. Here with Hannah Connell, an outstanding run in the 100 meter event that we just saw. Hannah, how are you feeling about your run?
I feel good about it. My legs are open up and I feel relaxed.
Fantastic. Now, we saw you at the end of the 400 meters. You were a little bit disappointed. I don't know, your body language. Were you disappointed?
No, I was happy about it.
In the 400?
Yeah.
Okay, so we know 400 is not your event. But were you, in your mind today, running against your own record at 12.18 that you would have set last year? Were you thinking to challenge that this year?
Yes, please.
In your mind, again, what kind of time are you looking to run? Are you hoping that at the end of the event you would have run?
At least 11.9 or 12.0.
11.9, 12.0. What's the Carifta qualifying standard?
11.80.
11.80. And I know that in the back of your mind as well, you must have Carifta as one of those goals that you want to achieve.
Yeah, for the hurdles, 100 hurdles.
Can we look forward in terms of the rest of the season? We will be seeing you. We obviously expect to see you at the zonal meet and certainly at BSSAC. But what about the meets that you will be having on Saturdays and those types of championships? Are you going to be participating in that as well, in those meets as well?
Yes, I will.
All right. Well, congratulations on a good run. I really hope that you have broken your record, and we look forward to seeing you for the rest of the day.
And welcome back to live coverage of the Sol-sponsored Esther Maynard Zone here at the National Stadium in beautiful Bridgetown, Barbados. And we're just about to see the first of the hurdle event, 75-meter hurdles for junior girls. We see the last from Springer Memorial, Haley Haynes.
Yes. She's in the lead currently, and she's going to cross the line first.
She's going to cross the line first. There's Haynes from Rashina Howard of Harrison College in second. There are two heats there, two-time finals in the junior girls 75-meter hurdles.
Where did the points go, Perry?
We had to erase the points and go straight to the hurdles.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get those points back up soon, so we can give the viewers a perspective in terms of the point standings. The battle among the girls right now, as it has been for the past 3 or so years, between Christchurch Foundation and Springer Memorial. So let's see how it continues. I'm seeing the athletes now making their way onto the track for the second section. The first section won by Haley Haynes. Second section now making their way to the line.
Yeah, so the junior girls 75-meter hurdles. Again, we were talking about the progressions used in track and field. So these younger ones will start with the 75-meter hurdles, and of course they will progress where the hurdles are 76 centimeters, Perry, and then they will progress from 75 meters to 100 meters. In the case of the boys, they now go to 100 and to 110, and of course at 110, those hurdles are hip height. Have you ever tried the hurdles, Ian?
I try to stay away from things that could possibly cause me physical damage.
And
so a hurdle event was never something I'd be interested in, Michael.
Yeah, still you went and did something that would not, you thought would not cause you damage, and here you are with a serious hamstring injury. So what are you saying?
Well, I'm a cricketer, so these things do happen. Earlier today, Shea Hope, he got injured while he was batting. Nevertheless, the West Indies went on to win against the UAE, so that's good news for those who are into into cricket. Well, Michael Jules is here making a face. He obviously doesn't understand the importance of this.
I really do, but
we would have lost
UAE
to Afghanistan our very first warm-up game. We struggled to beat UAE, so it is good news.
Wow. Let's refocus here.
Let's do
on
that.
The track.
Right, so lane assignment. So the second section of the junior girls.
I think I can do that.
Meter hurdles.
Yes.
So in lane number 2 from St. George Secondary, Danica Roachford In lane 3, Asher Stevenson of Harrison College. In lane number 4, representing the Springer Memorial, Malia Edwards.
Yes.
In lane 5, Danielle Blackman of the Allen School. Lane 6, Rian Price of the Christchurch Foundation. And lane 7, Rakia Mears Paris of the Combermere School.
And the starters' orders now. So let's see how they go.
So they're off to a good start. See how they encounter these hurdles. 1, 2 hurdles gone, 3 gone. Springer Memorial, Edwards looking good. She needs a point from Harrison College. Yes, young lady from Harrison College. The winner there, that's Asher Stevenson. Hey, I'll tell you about Asher Stevenson. Asher Stevenson has represented Barbados in football. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, now you have a fact. Asher Stevenson, remember the name? She's played football for the junior girls Barbados national team. And she also represented her primary school in track.
Yes, that's true.
So she is obviously a gifted athlete.
Yes, multi-talented.
Indeed. And winning that second section of the junior girls
hurdles. See if her
75-meter
time
hurdles.
is good enough to win overall. So we're coming up now to I think they're going to go to the under 17 girls now.
Yeah.
100-meter hurdles. That means that they will now have to add additional flights. And these are going to be 10 flights for the under 17 girls. So, Perry, how much records are we at right now?
We are at 9, I believe we were at 9. We're at 9, and hopefully growing. We may see a few more, Michael. Pardon me. We may see a few more after these hurdles.
Yes, we've had a really fantastic day for track and field. The sun has not been excessively bright. Nice overcast, no rain. And I think this is good for the athletes. Wasn't the draining kind of sun that you would have experienced at some of these BSSAC meets. Neither was it where we had downpours that caused the meet to stop for a long period of time. So, in my opinion, really great weather for these athletes to put in some great performances.
It certainly is. These conditions have held up nicely today. Over the course of the season, we have really had some windy days, some rainy days, but today has been a pretty nice day. Lots of nice cloud coverage and the occasional glimpse of sunshine.
So after the hurdles, we get ready for the 4x1s, and they're going to go from the under 13s all the way up to the under 20s. Tomorrow will be the 800s, the 200s, the 300 and 400 hurdles, also
4x4s.
The 4x4s. And you know, there's been a lot of talk around as to, I know my good friend John Hollingsworth is listening, and he's of the opinion that the St. Michael's School is going to win the 4x4 for the boys. What are your thoughts, guys?
I tend to think, is this the senior divisions he's talking about? Under 20?
Well, remember the 4x4 is
yes,
open.
yes.
Right, so...
my bet is on Foundation.
Foundation. Wow. You've now put... Who's the team? We have to look at the athletes who they have and the makeup of the teams. Who does Foundation have that can really
Delano
outshine?
Wickham.
Yes, that's one.
Raheem Tate Best.
So let me stop you there. Don't even go any further. If I were you, Ian.
Let me hear.
Yes.
I'm listening.
400 meters on the 20 boys. You just saw the race. Rasheem Griffith won his seat. Jonathan Jones won his seat.
Yes.
That's 2.
Yes, that's 2.
Good. So there were the 2 hottest. We haven't had the results as yet, but I'm quite sure when you look at the results you will see. And where did the Foundation boys factor in?
Well, second.
Second? By how far? Where was Raheem Tate Best?
By some distance.
Where was Delano Wickham?
By some distance, second.
And you still want to hold firm that Foundation will win the 4x4?
Well, that you asked me who I would place my bet on. They're variables.
Yes,
dear
but,
Mr. Jules.
but
They're variables.
I
Remember, last year we had our bets that Jonathan Jones.
that is true. That is true.
We had our
All
bets that
things
Jonathan
being equal.
Oh, you didn't factor that just now.
You're
bringing that into the equation now, Jules.
I didn't think I had to say that to you.
No, you need to lay all the cards on the table.
Okay, not a problem.
I'm an advanced fellow. You.
Okay. Well,
so all things being equal, I can safely say
that
is going to be an interesting 4x4.
Yes.
Harrison
College.
And St. Michael.
Now, who does St. Michael have? We didn't talk about the St. Michael team.
Kyle
Gill, yeah.
That's one. Darian Clark. Who else? Michael Patrick. Who else? Matthew Clark.
Matthew Clark.
And
yeah, but
who else?
Matthew
Oh
Clark.
my, the hurdler.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So they have
Michael,
about 5.
Yes. You're right. I think
St. Michael's going to be
I retract my statement, gentlemen. I probably will have to go with John Hollingsworth on this one. Having just heard the team, I must know.
So you see the analysis
Retract
is important.
Yes, the analysis is important.
Not just saying that you like black and gold.
Well, that is what you're here for, Michael Jules. That is what you're here for, to provide the analysis.
But nevertheless, it's going to be a very interesting 4x4, I must say. And, you know, we must end, any major track meet must end with that kind of excitement. That 4x4 is the be-all and the end-all of BSSAC. Unfortunately, my alma mater over the years has not had the privilege to say that they will hold on to that 4x4 crown, which they have won many a time. Not this year.
So sad.
Yeah. But those years do come.
Yes.
Schools do have their
ups and downs.
Athletes come and go, and obviously during that entire process, the teams will be affected ultimately.
But you must look to rebuild.
We certainly must look to do that.
So the 100-meter hurdles for the under 17 girls, that's coming up next. There are 2 sections.
Yes,
anyone that shines out to you in the under 17 girls category, Perry?
I would love to know if Sarah Bell is going to be running in any of these heats. She didn't run at her house sports.
Well, she's scheduled here to run in this next section.
So that's one to watch for sure.
Yes, and I see her mother pacing, so her mommy is over there under the tent pacing backwards and forwards, so I know she's probably waiting to capture her. It's always funny to see the parents when the kids are running. They do so much running too. They run up and down.
Up and down, up and down.
So let's give the young ladies are ready yet? Are they?
I'm seeing some activity there at the start line. It looks as though they should be on the way pretty shortly.
Well, these under 17s, of course, will be setting their blocks.
Yes.
So, and they'll do a run or 2 over the hurdles, or at least over the first hurdle, some over the second, just to be sure everything is all set and ready. So the under 17 girls 100-meter hurdles was scheduled for 2 o'clock. It's now 2:07. So as we had predicted, they would catch up.
They've made up a
and
lot of time.
Yes, they have. Obviously, the hurdles having to be placed on the track and then replaced, and the heights being changed, that's going to
take a little time.
Yes. But all in all, I think they've done quite well. Can't see down there to tell you exactly what's going on. I don't know if our cameraman can give us a little zoom there down at the start of the hurdles, 100 hurdles, so we can have a closer look at. Well, we can see one athlete there going over, another one.
Yeah, doing a little run through. Seeing the athletes doing their
We
thing.
have that side angle yet from the cameraman.
It doesn't seem that way, Michael.
Is our cameraman still at lunch?
Ah, there we go.
Okay, well done, cameraman. So they're setting the blocks. Still. Who do we make out there?
That's like Springer's.
Combermere. Yes.
I'm seeing
the athlete for Combermere.
Is that St.
Christ
George
Church
there?
Foundation.
St. George, yes.
Our Christ Church Foundation is there as well.
Joanna Myrie. Of course, while we're here, Michael, we should take this opportunity while there's a lull in the activity to remind our viewers of those persons who would have come on board to support this broadcast.
For sure.
Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc., Scotiabank, Ozone Wireless, of course, Sagicor, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Brighton Stokes, and Flawless Gym, the sponsors of Sports.bb's coverage of this Saul Esther Maynard zone.
And of course, as we said, viewership has its rewards.
Certainly
so,
does.
to enter this competition, you must like the Sports.bb Facebook page. You must like Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc. Facebook page. You must hashtag.
That's a hashtag. You didn't know what
yes,
a hashtag
I just
like?
said you must hashtag.
But then you look surprised when you saw
Brighton
the hashtag.
Stokes. Hashtag Flawless Gym. And you must answer the giveaway question correctly. Send your answer via our inbox. The question is, name 6 schools in the Esther Maynard zone. Name 6 schools in the Esther Maynard zone. What will they win, Ian?
Well, they're going to win a Sports.bb Fan Zone t-shirt. Or they can also win a Hamper Compliments Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc. And with crop over pending. And everybody wanting to get their summer body in gear. 1 week pass to Flawless Gym.
And after that week is done, they can check me out because the Barbados Defense Force will be launching pretty soon a series of boot camps, and that's going to run for a number of weeks. I look forward to seeing you and Perry there at the boot camp, and we'll get you in shape and we'll get you ready not only for crop over but for any other. You're just going to be fit.
I'm sure that Perry and I will be there to watch you carry on your duties. I am not able to keep up with you, Mr. Jules. You are advanced in age and advanced in fitness.
Well, could you advance the lane assignments for us?
I am more than willing to do so, Mr. Jules. In lane 2, representing St. George Secondary, Kiana Hewitt. In lane 3 is Joanne Myrie, Christ Church Foundation. In lane 4, Naomi Gardier, Springer Memorial. In lane 5, looks like Abigail Mayers of the Ann Hill School. And in lane 6, Jasmine Green, the Combermere School.
I'm very impressed with the Ann Hill School, their participation.
These young ladies will be running a distance of 100 meters. Hurdles now set to 76 centimeters.
They're chasing the record in, Michael, of 14.72. This is zone record. 14.72 seconds set 2016 by Hannah Connell.
I believe we're going to see this record go in the next section.
I agree with you 100%.
So they're on the starters' orders. Hewitt, Myrie, Gardier, Mears, Green, they're off. A good start there from Myrie of the Christ Church Foundation School and Gardier of Spring Memorial. So those two going at it. And the leader there seems to be Gardier of Spring Memorial. And a little problem, not anymore though. And the winner, Myrie, Joanna Myrie of Christ Church Foundation, Gardier of Spring Memorial in second. And third going to Jasmine Green of the Combermere School. That's how they'll finish.
That one is.
We looked at that, those athletes going over the hurdles just now, Michael and Ian, and you're going to see a big difference in hurdling technique in this next heat.
Of course.
All eyes will be on
lane number 2.
Sarah Bell.
Outstanding athlete. And as we say, we wouldn't talk too much about Carifta this time around, but I'm hearing the stadium announcer mentioning the Carifta qualifying standard continuously. That is suggesting to me that that athletes have the opportunity to qualify for the Carifta games.
Yes, yes, Michael, and I'm also, as I mentioned to Ian earlier, we are seeing Catherine Jordan from the AAB. We are seeing Esther Maynard. We know that they show up and check the results and stuff because they around this time because they're looking for the Carifta qualifiers. So this could be a clear indication that it is actually a Carifta qualifying meet, sanctioned meet by the AAB for Carifta qualifying.
Well, that's good for those athletes who have a second shot or should I say a first shot. As I mentioned, there was a young lady before who would have way surpassed the qualifying mark years ago for Carifta, so we may have the same here in some cases. So the starting lineup here: Sarah Bell of Christchurch Foundation in 2, Trishan Holder of Commermere in 3, Julissa Jones-Smith of Springer in 4, Zadana Bell of St. George Secondary in lane number 5. And actually, Zadana Bell is the sister of...
Sarah Bell?
No, not that Bell. Another Bell. Tia Adana Bell.
Tia Adana Bell.
Yes, you remember her?
Yes, remember Tia.
She won a world, I think it was a world youth silver medal, I believe, in the hurdles, in the 400-meter hurdles. And she too has done well. She's finishing up her studies in the U.S. on a track scholarship.
Very small field, is 4 athletes.
And actually, she had represented Barbados at the Olympic Games as well. Tia Dana Bell.
Oh yes, I remember the name.
You remember the
I
name?
remember the name. I remember the name. I do remember the name. So this is the second section.
Michael, I can even
Young
go as far as
ladies.
saying that maybe the BSAC record is in trouble as well.
Tell us the BSAC record.
14.22.
14:22. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here, what I will try to do, if my stopwatch will allow me to. Perry, I will try to time the race on my stopwatch. See if I can get a hand time. So I think all eyes will be on lane number 2. Sarah Bell.
Once she puts together a complete race, she's very, very hard to beat.
Clean hurdler.
Oh, yes.
So they're off. All eyes on Sarah Bell. Watch her hurdling technique. Outstanding hurdling technique. Here she comes. Good form. It's good form from Sarah Bell. Going over the final hurdle now. It's all Sarah Bell. Putting on a clinic there in hurdling, Perry. So my unofficial hand time, 13:77. Would that obliterate the BSAC record?
13:77.
13:77.
You're looking at the 14 point.
Well, based on my time, if I still have the good reflexes, I will round that off to be about 13:9 something.
13:9, 14 flat.
Yeah, 14 flat.
So that would do it. For
Well,
both the zona and the
we'll see how good my
reflexes.
reflexes are still, my eyes. But
Michael
that was a
Jules.
good run nevertheless, though.
And you saw the difference. You saw the technique.
Outstanding hurdling technique from that young lady.
And I always say Sarah Bell is, in my opinion, the most complete female athlete we have right now. I have seen that young lady do everything in the track and field. The only thing I haven't seen her done yet, Michael, is pole vaulting. But I've seen her do long jump, high jump, 4 hurdles, sprint hurdles, 400, 600, 800.
Wow.
She's done shot put, discus javelin.
Are you suggesting that pretty soon we'll be seeing another multi-eventer on the world stage?
I would love to see her do multi-events, Michael. I think she has the potential to be a great multi-eventer.
So do I. Totally agree with that statement, Perry.
Yes, and it comes down again to how we manage these athletes. I think she needs more than one coach. Sarah Bell should be coached by
multiple
coaches.
Would you volunteer?
Oh, of course. For free, Michael. For free.
Wow. You're a good man, Perry.
You could bring along Michael Jules with you, Perry?
Of course.
Well, I will train her for the 800, not a problem. For free.
I'm sure you'll be more than capable.
But
given your years of experience, Mr. Jules.
So the junior boys 100-meter hurdles coming up. We have 2 sections. And you can give us the lane assignments, Ian, for this first section.
Sure. In lane 2, Aaron Hinkson, Combermere School. In lane 3, Rodnico Carrington, Christchurch Foundation. In lane 4, Jamarco Gill, St. George Secondary. In lane 5, Caleb Messiah, Harrison College. In lane 6, Rashawn Walker, the Allen School. And in lane 7, Jadon Pierce, St. Leonard's Boys. Looking at the events thus far, the St. Leonard's Boys, compared with previous years, they don't seem to be factoring that much in these events. You're seeing a 1 here, a 1 there. And,
yes. But still,
different.
I think they're in the top 3 when we look at the point standings, aren't they?
Well, I haven't had the opportunity to see the points since we would have last looked at them a little earlier.
Well, after the hurdles, we'll get a chance to go over the points and see where they lie, but I get your point.
Yeah.
They're not as dominant,
as they were.
They used to be.
No.
Well, from last year.
Yeah, certainly from last year.
As you rightly mentioned earlier, Ian, all schools go through a transition period. You lose athletes. You raise, you fall.
The 17 boys, though, they're
off. And we're gonna. The best hurling technique is coming from the leader here, Caleb Messiah. Excellent hurling technique, and right on the line. Wow, the same St. Leonard's Boys. Pierce in there.
Yeah.
I think Pierce. Is this the second time Pierce Edson won at the line?
Yes, I think so. Yes, on the line.
Yeah.
Wow, but some great hurling technique, and as I was about to mention, a lot of these guys are jumping the hurdles. They're not hurdling. Hurdling is not jumping. You hurdle. It's a long, exaggerated stride, and pretty much you want to hit the ground. You want to hit back on the ground. That foot comes off over the hurdle and back on the ground as quickly as possible. But you see, a lot of these guys are spending loads of time in the air, so they're really jumping and not hurdling. But a good run there from Pierce and Messiah of Harrison College for that first section.
So
our second one coming up.
Yep. And they're doing a little run through.
Only 5 guys going in this one. After the under 17s. Sorry, after the junior boys, we have the under 20 girls, the under 17 boys, and the under 20 boys to come.
So lots to look forward to as we continue to enjoy this first day of the Saul Esther Maynard zone.
Yes, as the guys are asked to return to their blocks. Ian, you can give us the starting lineup then.
In lane 2, Joshua Wood, Harrison College. Lane 3, Elisha Harding, St. George Secondary. In lane 4, Ramon King, Combermere School. In lane 5, Nicola Kennedy of the Allen School. And in lane 6, Dimitri Bourne of Christchurch Foundation.
Can we call this 4?
some delay at the start of the race. Is that Mr. Burke I'm seeing there?
Yes, that is Mr. Burke.
My very good friend. It's a very good friend of all of us here.
Yes.
Assisting with the starting duties today.
Giving back a little to the sport that has made his son into a very outstanding athlete.
A household name, if you will.
So they're on the starters' orders. Second section for the junior boys 100-meter hurdles.
Ooh.
Sounds like someone is gonna be someone is gonna be put out.
Let's see how it unfolds here. Did you get a clear view of what happened, Perry?
No, I didn't. I was checking this list for the upcoming hurdle, and then the gun went off. The first gun went off, and then I heard the second gun. So I missed. But I'm trying to look at the body language of the athletes. That's normally a telltale sign as to who thinks he would have made the infringement. So we're watching.
Don't be fooled. Those guys know.
Yes, yeah, they know.
So the official is coming over now.
That's Sharon Strawn.
Yes, it is.
Going to lane number. Did we see?
Well, she held up a green card.
Oh, okay. Well, no one is disqualified.
So they're all safe.
Yes.
Good clean start this time, and on the outside, the athlete, as a matter of fact, it looks like the athlete from
St. George Secondary.
Aline School is looking nice as well. St. George and Aline, those are the two. Aline School going over the last hurdle first is Aline School from St. George. And so that is Nikolai Kennedy from Elisha Harding from Dimitri Bourne. That's the 1, 2, 3.
So that's the junior boys completed. I think they will now go next to the under 20 girls. Only one section. And this section should also bring some fireworks, as Hannah Connell is expected to compete in here. Perry, you have that record for the under 20 girls?
Not as yet. We were waiting on our runner. We had a change in runners, and this one is not as punctual as the other one. We will hope that the young lady will have taken some notes from the gentleman, but apparently she left her memo pad at home. So we're just eagerly anticipating the sheets with the records and stuff for these upcoming hurdle events from down below. So until then, I do not have the under 20 girls, but I can tell you that Hannah Connell is in this one, and she has a point to prove. Remember, I mentioned her running 11 point up until the second last hurdle. And coming looking like she was going to run that Carifta qualifying time, and then hitting the hurdle. She was so far ahead of the rest of the field. She still got over the last two hurdles, won the race, but it was a 15 point something seconds, which was something that I'm sure the likes of Hannah Connell will not let to see next to her name ever. And she's going to try to erase that from the memories of all the persons who were here on that Saturday.
Well, I see her colleague Sarah Bell is standing there close to the finish line. I guess awaiting her race to see how her colleague will do.
Yeah.
And both outstanding hurdlers.
Yes, they're schoolmates.
Great hurling technique.
Schoolmates and clubmates.
Yes.
And training with
I think Brian Holder.
Brian Holder and Vest Velocity Management.
Yes.
Brian Holder and
the PE teacher at the Lodge School. What's his name?
Grosvenor, Jamal Grosvenor.
Jamal Grosvenor. That's the guy. Yes. So 14.41 seconds is the zone record. And my good friend and brother Trevor Best, who's over in the United States. And of course, Trevor had two daughters who would have competed here.
Yes, correct.
One would have gone to the CUT games.
Right. Yes,
Yes. One at Harrison College, one at Springer Memorial. He's agreeing with us about Sarah Bell and her multi-event capabilities. He also agrees, and is also suggesting that he would chip in and assist with the coaching.
So Sarah Bell is getting a cadre of coaches.
Wow.
For free.
For free. All for free.
That's the important part there. With the lane assignments, they have just been announced by the stadium announcer. So in this 100 meters under 20 girls, in lane 1, Kayla Walters, Graydon Seeley. In lane 2, Sierra Coward, Springer Memorial. In lane 3, Azarel Chatterton from Christchurch Foundation. In lane 4, Ivana Odil from Harrison College. In lane 5, Christina Thalium, representing St. George Secondary School. In lane 6, Shante Seal, Springer Memorial. In lane 7, Hannah Connell of Christchurch Foundation. And in lane 8, Shanice DeFreitas of St. George Secondary
So
School.
guys, I'm going to use my, see if the good old finger is in good working order again to capture this time for Hannah Connell. Let's see if she will go on the, I believe she'll go on the 14 seconds, Perry.
Oh, yes. I believe so, Michael, by far.
So they're off, a good start. Connell is the one that they're looking for. Good hurling technique. Again, still Hannah Connell on the way. One more hurdle. We had a little hiccup there over that one. So 14:52 for Connell.
I think the last 3 hurdles, Michael, she
Seems as though she was overstriding there, especially coming into the last hurdle. Like she just was too much work there over that last one. 14:52 her time. That's unofficial.
Let's await the official one, but I guess
I'm sure we're going to
that she will not go on. 14 seconds.
Yeah. So what's up next? The under 17 boys.
Let's see. The under 17 boys. 110.
Yeah, so everything from here on now will be 110 meters. As we say, the progression from the 80 to the 100 to the 110. So these guys, some running to do, some good hurling technique, of course, is important for this. I think we have a little time that we can try and pop into the system and check the points. Yes. Let's see where we are points-wise. See how the girls are doing. Okay. So, Perry, what's the position with the girls?
9th position, Graydon Seeley, 15. 7th, Parkinson Memorial, 19. They're tied with Ellerslie School. 6th position, St. George Secondary, 26 points. 5th, Collier School, 79.5. 4th, Allen School, 83.5. The top 3, Harrison College, 109.5. Change at the top, Springer Memorial in 2nd, 203 points. And Christchurch Foundation, 218.5, leading the girls.
So Christchurch Foundation has overtaken Springer. And of course, we still have a long way to go. We still have the relays, we still have some field events, and we still have the whole day tomorrow.
Yep.
So, you know, this is just where we are right now. How about the boys, Ian? How are things looking?
Among the boys in 10th place, the Ursuline Convent School with 1 point. In 9th is the Graydon Seeley School with 20 points. 8th place is Parkinson Memorial with 22 points. In 7th is the Ellerslie School, 34 points. In 6th is St. George Secondary with 36 points. In 5th is the Combermere School with 67. In 4th place, St. Leonard's Boys with 79 points. In 3rd place is the Allen School with 89 points. And the top 2 among the boys in 2nd position, the Christchurch Foundation School with 96 points. And in 1st place, the Harrison College with 102 points. That's just a matter of 6 points.
That's the third place. So, if we, like I said, it's still early days, so that's the current point standing. And as we get ready for the under 17 boys 110 hurdles, we see our youngster has returned. Our helper looks looking a little weary here now. Is he bringing the 400-meter results for us? Could you ask him to bring the 400-meter results for us?
Oh, this is the under 20 girls. We got this already. So he's no playing catch up. We got this one already. Yes, under 20 girls.
Well, the boys, it's now their turn. So Harrison College leading in the boys and the Christchurch Foundation leading in the girls. As far as the point standings are concerned at this point. Of course, relays are still to come today, and they will factor heavily in terms of their point distributions.
For sure. And the thing is, when we look at the overall BSSAC championship, it's going to be important that the relay teams get through this phase, that they are in the top 2 teams looking to advance. And let's see what the advancement is for the relays. First place in the zone plus the next 6 best will advance to the finals. 8 teams. The same thing applies for the hurdles. Only the winner is guaranteed an automatic spot into the final. The others will have to work on their time. So I guess everybody will not just be running, they'll be running definitely to win. Once you win, you're guaranteed a spot in next week's final. The final is next week, isn't it?
15th and 16th of March.
Correct. Have the days tall.
I certainly do.
So I see the young men are here lined up for the under 17 boys 110-meter hurdles. If we could, let's go through the lane assignments.
In lane 1, O'Shea Brathwaite, St. Leonard's boys. In lane 2, that looks like Ifala Ned? Ialpha, my goodness, interesting name.
I remember
Ialpha
him.
Ned, St. George Secondary. Jaden Jackman in lane 3 of Christchurch Foundation. In lane 4, Deshaun Messiah, St. Leonard's boys. In lane 5, Matthew King of Harrison College. Lane 6, Nathan Crawford Wallace, Christchurch Foundation. In lane 7, it looks like Natari Sargent of St. George Secondary School. And in lane 8, Trevino Aline of Harrison College, rounding out the field in the under 17 boys.
Of course, Nathan Crawford Wallace, that's a guy that Perry, you would have worked with the CUT
Yes.
Games team. And it's amazing how, I mean, he's naturally tall, but it's amazing how he has seemed to have sprouted even further into the air.
Oh yeah, it's genetics, Michael. His dad, a former law school scholar, who's residing in the UK, and he was a quite tall chap as well.
Yes. So Crawford Wallace would have done quite well during his tenure so far at BSSAC.
Yes, he had
Last year, doing quite well.
I remember Ialpha Ned from Knapsack.
Yes.
He has cut off the dreadlocks and. But I remember him storming the victory in that 4x100-meter relay final. Made my athlete from Cuthbertmore fall down about 3 meters from the finish line. Just heard him come in. He was coming so hard, you felt him on his back, and he tripped, and that was it.
These things happen.
I mean, it's good to see Ialpha Ned still in the track and field.
And the young men do a little run through. See what feels like to at least clear the first hurdle. sort out themselves in terms of their strides in between. Some of them did 2. See the young man from St. Leonard's, he seemed to do 3. A bit extra.
And looking at the run through there, and I can say for sure, Crawford Wallace's form isn't bad going over the hurdles. Alpha Ned's form isn't bad going over the hurdles. But it's not only Michael in going over the hurdles. You have to look at the speed between the hurdles.
Between the hurdles, yes. That's extremely necessary.
Then you get that
Quick
lead
legs.
leg down.
Mm-hmm. And you go. Quick legs over the hurdles. And maintain that rhythm.
Oh, yes.
So the under 17 boys 110 hurdles coming up.
On the line now, ladies and gentlemen, here are your insights for the moment of categories. Lane 1, O'Shea Prophet, St. Leonard's Boys. Lane number 2, we have Alphabet of St. George Secondary School. In lane 3, Jaden Chapman, Christchurch Foundation School. In lane 4, Deshaun Masai, St. Leonard's Boys. In lane 5, Matthew King, Harrison College. In lane number 6, Nathan Crawford Wallace, Christchurch Foundation School. Lane number 7, Retired Sergeant, St. George Secondary. And lane 8, Trevino Allen, Harrison College.
So the stadium announcer giving the lane assignments, and we get ready for what should be a very fantastic race here. Under 17 boys, 110-meter hurdles.
The assistant there just asking the athlete to keep his hand behind the line.
Good start, pretty even start. Nathan Crawford Wallace looking good. That's out of the lot so far. And as you said, Perry, the battle is between him and Alpha Ned. So it's Ned. Oh my! Ooh. I think Crawford Wallace nipped him at the line. But a great run, and Perry, you hit it right on the head. Alpha Ned versus Nathan Crawford Wallace.
The two of those boys look the best in the run-throughs going over the hurdles. The technique was good. I think Ned has a better hurdling technique than Crawford Wallace. Crawford Wallace needs to work on that lead leg a little bit more. Keep it straight as it goes over. But the speed between the hurdles, they were matching each other straight for straight between the hurdles.
Yes. So a good run for those guys. The under 20 boys coming up next with the 110 hurdles.
But before we...
2 sections in the under 20 boys.
I think, Michael, Nathan Crawford Wallace is also one of those multi-event athletes. I've seen him compete in the shot put, the discus, the javelin, high jump, long jump, sprint hurdles. He can run a fairly decent 4 when he's ready. So he is a multi-eventer in my books.
Yes. Is that the 400-meter results you have finally?
No, these are field events, actually.
We still don't have the 400. Well, while we await the hurdles, I think you can give at least the top 3 in some of those field events.
Okay, so under 20 girls shot put. Top 3. Simone Carroll, familiar name to me. I taught her at primary school as well. Third, 10.08 meters. Shantae Seal, Springer Memorial, second, 10.23 meters. And winning the under 20 girls shot put from Christchurch Foundation, Romancia Odwin, 11.09 meters. In the under 17 girls long jump, third, Misha Nelson, Commonwealth School. We know Misha well, Michael. 4.98 meters, sorry. In the second position, Lilani Haddock, Christchurch Foundation, 5.28 meters. And winning the under 17 girls long jump from Christchurch Foundation as well, Dominique Wood, 55.56 meters.
And Dominique Wood, again, another pretty impressive athlete. I think she has already surpassed the Carifta qualifying mark in the long jump. So
and the win reading here is good.
And it's a good one. Well, we see the athletes here on the line for this first section. Coyote Nurse of Christchurch Foundation, he'll be running out of lane 2. Shaka Moore of St. George Secondary in 3. Joshua Archer of Combermere in 4. Micah Gittins of Harrison College in 5. DeAndre Weeks Hunt of St. Leonard's Boys in lane number 6. So those 5 will be going in the first section of the under 20 boys 110-meter hurdles, and that one is coming up.
There's a young boy in the under 15 division at St. Leonard's Boys who I haven't seen for the day, and I remember I saw him at his house sports, and he won the 400 under 15 boys 400, the under 15 boys 200. I haven't seen him for the day. And there's another one you remember from Knapsack, Michael. Josiah Cato.
Oh yes. What's become of him?
I know he's training, and I saw him at his whole sports. I know he would have qualified, but I haven't seen him for the day. I wonder if, I hope nothing is seriously wrong.
And assignments are being given by the stadium announcer.
And once again, Michael, we are seeing the St. George School factor into every hurdle event.
Yes, it's good to see St. George Secondary really filling the spots with athletes. And as the saying goes, if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance.
That's so true.
So they're on the starters' orders now, the first of 2-time finals. A very good shot there from the cameraman. They're off. A beautiful start from Nurse of Christchurch Foundation. He was out, and pretty good hurling technique. As you can see, some of the others are just going straight up in the air, whereas he's trying to stay as low as possible. And here he comes, 1 hurdle remaining. He's over that and gone.
Oh,
so Nurse and Shaka Moore of St. George Secondary getting that second position.
And DeAndrea Weeks Hunt from St. Leonard's in 3rd.
In the 3rd position. So that's good for St. George Secondary. That second place, hopefully his time will be faster than the second place from the next section, which is coming up.
The athletes from Christchurch Foundation, though, in terms of their technique, it must be said that they look exceptionally good. The athletes from Christchurch Foundation, whomsoever may very well be responsible for it, I mean, they do look good when they go over the hurdles.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these athletes spend most of their time training with clubs. And of course, the purpose of them joining clubs is to get that extra specialized training. So therefore, it must be manifested in their performances. And we must give credit to the club coaches who do the work with these athletes.
How many clubs are there in Barbados right now?
Wow, I think there are about 3 or 4 newer ones to the traditional clubs. Basically are
Pacers.
Freedom Striders, Pacers, Track Club, Rising Stars. There's still Wabisco Stars.
BC Track Club.
BC Track Club. Now you have
Elite Distance.
Elite Distance. That's 6 we have so far. There's a new club called Proformers. So that's 7.
Velocity Management.
Velocity Management. That's 8.
Pegasus.
Oh, wow, that's 9.
Wow.
Isn't there another one? I think there's another one too. And then there's one that's run by the PE teacher at the Lodge School, Mr. Phillips. What's that club called? The
Cliff.
Wow. So, see, there are about 12 to 14 clubs.
Then we haven't factored in the ones that deal mainly with the juniors, like Ellerton Jaguars, Jumpstart.
Yes.
So, wow. So we do have a good set of clubs.
Yeah, we do.
Is there another? Oh, we forgot the one that trains at the HPP.
You got Step Ahead program.
Who's that?
That is the young lady in St. Philip up there near Hilda Skeen.
So you see, there are many clubs around. Wow. So you can go ahead, Ian. The lane assignments for this final section on the 20 boys 110 hurdles.
Lane 3 killed Joseph of St. George Secondary, and lane 4 Yannick Burrows, Harrison College. In lane 5, Shamori Shepherd Rollins of Christchurch Foundation. And running out the field in lane 6 is Tristan Allman of Combermere. Only 4 athletes going in this one.
We have to also mention Nikisha Maynard, former outstanding national athlete. She has her club's junior program as well running and doing excellent work.
So there, another nice close-up shot there of the starters.
Yep.
Good work by the cameraman again. So they're off, attacking the first hurdle from Harrison College. That's Yannick Burrows and Shepherd Rollins of Christchurch Foundation. So it's Burrows. Let's see who'll be over this one. Burrows, Yannick Burrows, easing up at the finish. And second will go to Shepherd Rollins of the Christchurch Foundation School. And Joseph of St. George Secondary finishing in third. So that brings us to the end of the 110 hurdles, to all the hurdle events rather. And let's see if we have that update. Actually, before we give any points, we need to look at the results so we can see there's some events of interest to us. The first event of interest to us is that 400 meters for the under 20 boys. We also have the under 17 girls. That one was of interest to us. So let's look at these. They've already been scored. Perry.
Oh, you said 14:05. Okay, so top 8.
Well, so Sarah Bell.
Sarah Bell.
We have a winning time of 14:05. How does that factor as far as records?
That's a new zone record as well as a new BSSAC record.
So you can add that to your list of records. Just put an R there by that. So that's another record. The under 20 boys. In the under 20 boys 400, that's the other one. Rashim Griffith, 48.23. And Jonathan Jones, 47.47. How does that match up?
47.47 is a new zone record. And he narrowly missed out
on Willan Louis' record, which was set in 2001. Very
so
good.
That's another record there. That's 11.
Wow, we're doing well so far. So some good times there. Good times. So can we go now and look at the points? I think the points would have been recalculated. Gonna select them and see. Okay. So Ian, you want to call the girls' points?
In 10th position, we have the Ursuline Convent on 4 points. Tied on 19 for the 8th spot, we have Ellerslie as well as the Parkinson Memorial School, 19 points for 8th. In the 7th position, we have Graydon Sealy on 20 points. In 6th, St. George Secondary, and they're doing pretty well today, 40 points. In 5th, the Combermere School, they currently sit on 80 points. In 4th, the Allen School, 88.5. In 3rd is Harrison College. In 3rd is Harrison College with 117. And in 2nd position is the Springer Memorial School with 220 points. And leading the girls, the defending champions, Christchurch Foundation, now amassing 243.5 points. So Christchurch Foundation taking over the lead from Springer Memorial. And
the boys is
looking to defend.
Wow.
Defend stoutly, I should say.
So in the boys here, Ursuline Convent with 1 point still. Graydon Sealy, 20 points. Parkinson Memorial 22, Ellerslie 36, St. George Secondary currently in 6th position on 44, Combermere in 5th on 76 points, St. Leonard's boys, they're in 4th position on 92 points, in 3rd the Allen School 107, Harrison College 2nd with 112 and just 2 points separating them from the leaders, Christchurch Foundation, 114 points. So, CCFS looking to do the double here.
Yep.
Leading both boys and girls.
Yes, they declared that they were going to do it at the end of their inter-house sports.
Wow.
When we did the interviews, every athlete had the same goal in mind. We are going to do the double. You ask them, what do you see Christchurch Foundation doing at BSSAC? We are going to do the double in the zone.
Wow, well, they're surely on the way to doing that double. So what we'll do here, guys, we'll take a break, and when we return, we'll be ready. We won't return until we're ready for the relays. That will be capping off the track events for the Sol Esther Maynard Zone BSSAC 2018.
It's not about exercising. It's having the strength to do what you're passionate about. It's not about the road traveled. It's about the one to be traveled. An important thing in life is finding the perfect balance between body and soul. With a bottle of Ensure, you get the proteins, calcium, and 26 vitamins and minerals your body needs to live the best moments of your life with strength and energy. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
Looking for strength and energy? Try Ensure Live with all-in-one nutrition for healthy bones, muscles, heart, immune system, digestion. Ensure Live at a store near you. No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Hi, the biggest questions we'll get from our potential customers is, how do I get on your network? Well, it's easy. You just need 2 things, an Ozone SIM card and an LTE Band 13 compatible device. You're probably wondering, what is that and do I have one?
Well, you just need to visit our website for a list of compatible devices,
or you can visit us in store. We'll have a wide range of LTE Bad 13 compatible devices. And just remember, we're beyond the network.
Don't worry about that. That's okay. And welcome back to our live stream coverage of the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships, the Esther Maynard Zone, sponsored by Saul. And we ran into a lovely young lady who, I won't give out your age, but I know you just had a very significant birthday a few days ago. Priska Phillips. And Priska represented the league held every Saturday here at the stadium.
Yes, it's completely different. Everything else is different.
So, how have you been doing? First of all, tell us a bit about your past, where you came from in the world of track and field, and your exploits right up to today.
Well, from St. Joseph, and I came from, running, at primary school, and I went to St. George Secondary School, and while I was at St. George, I started running, more competitive. And one of the good things about back in the days that the AA used to have someone come, to your neighborhood. Like I had Mr. Sobers.
Okay.
He used to come to in St. Joseph.
That's Rommel Sobers, yes,
Sobers.
working for the National Sports Council. Yes.
And used to come and train us on Saturdays. And then after that, Mr. Lovell,
Right.
He got in contact with us, and he used to bring us down to train with Freedom Striders.
Right.
Knowing that we're from a poor family, we didn't have the money to pay, the fees.
Right.
And Mr. Lovell never even looked at, us paying any fees.
Right.
And I represent Freedom Striders, a whole group of us, and it was amazing.
Yes.
And track and field was it. That's all we wanted to do. You have one friend, then everybody else follows.
Right.
And we all, was running track. My
And-
sisters, everybody.
And tell us about your days in the sports program, because I know that after the Freedom Striders days, you went on to the BDS sports program. Tell us a bit about those days.
Yes. I was in Freedom Striders, then I stopped for a year. And one day, Orlando Green saw me in town, and he was like, there was a sports program, for athletes who's no longer in secondary school. You need to join it. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And I went into the BDF sports program. And when I got there, Donna Hinkson was there.
Yeah.
She was no longer running for secondary school. And it was a blessing, being that you still want to run, but it is very difficult. So the Defense Force Sports program, help us. We had our coach there, and Mr. Jones was amazing.
Yeah.
And, we had everything that we wanted to help us achieve.
Okay.
And within a year of being in the sports program, our times improved.
Right.
So that's what helped me through this.
And then from the sports program, you were able to secure a track and field scholarship.
Yes.
And
Through
where
the
did you
sports-
go?
I went to Abilene Christian University.
Okay.
And I was there for a year, and me and Donna Hinkson. And then I decided I wanted to be a little bit closer to home.
Ah.
So I transferred to North Carolina
Okay.
to go to St. Augustine's College.
Okay. And how were things there for you, track and field wise?
I think I had a very good year in United States as an athlete. I won nationals. My first year, in the indoor, I won the 400, and we also won the 4x4. Two girls from Barbados and 2 girls from Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
So,
Wow.
and we broke that national record
Lovely.
our first year. And after that, the 4x4 also. I was on that team.
Yes.
And then I went to St. Augustine's College, and I did very well there also.
And of course, you would have had the opportunity to represent Barbados at the Olympic Games.
Yes.
What year was that?
1992.
92.
Yes.
Okay, how was that experience for you?
It was amazing. You know, I was the only girl, unfortunately. I wanted to be, you know, I wanted a 4x14 there with me because I think we were really good that year, but they only sent one girl and I was that girl.
Yes. But you can chalk it down that you are an Olympian,
yes.
you made it, and you perform as best as you could.
Yes, I made it, and it was a very good experience.
So what are you doing now in the U.S.? Where are you located, and what are you doing?
Well, I'm in Austin, Texas, and I am working for the Health and Human Service Commission for the state of Texas. I am a system analyst there.
Okay, great.
So 8 more years to retire.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Any children?
I have one. He's from Barbados, but he's with me, and he's in Texas also, and he's working as a medic.
Very good.
So
very good.
He's doing good, and he went to Lodge.
But of course, what advice though would you give finally to the young athletes who will get to watch and hear you? What advice would you give to them? Because I know where you came from, what you have achieved. What advice would you give to these young athletes who are now starting out in the sport?
Being an athlete is a hard process. You know, you have to be dedicated. But one of the things I said, you know, every coach is looking at you as a person, but education.
Yes.
You know, you could be as good as you want to be, but you can't go anywhere without an education, because there's like thousands of other students, you know, who's doing the same thing that you're doing. But if you want to go to the U.S. for a scholarship, you know, you could be fast, but they look at those grades. And you have to study, you have to put your 100% in track and in school.
Yes.
You know, to be able to make it. And, you know, do something that you love. You know, you have to love that sport to do it. Any other sports, you know. Great.
Well, Priska, of course, it was really a pleasure to be able to talk with you. It was a pleasure seeing you. And we want to wish you all the best. Those 8 years will go by fast.
Yes.
Are you planning to come back and retire in Barbados?
Well, I plan to be more involved because I usually do stream and watch Barbados track and field.
Okay, great.
And I really want to be more involved in track.
Well,
and, you know, seeing the young ladies. And it was, I mean, the under 15 girls.
Yes.
As I was watching the under 15 girls, I think Barbados have a very, very good group.
Yes.
Of under 15 girls in all those events. So I mean, they're the ones to look out for.
Great.
You know.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm keeping an eye on those.
Well, again, it was a pleasure. We want to wish you all the best, and do continue to enjoy the BSSAC championships and enjoy the rest of your time at home.
It was nice to be here.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
That was Priska Phillips, former Olympian, former St. George Secondary student. Outstanding St. George Secondary athlete. We'll take a short break, and when we will return to our 4x100 meter relays. And we welcome you back. That was a quick break there, but we are getting ready for the 4x100 meter relays for the starting with the under 13 girls. We have the teams out and ready. Ian, give us the lane assignments there quickly.
In lane 1, the Allen School. In lane 2, the Ellerslie School. Lane 3, Harrison College. Lane 4, Christchurch Foundation School. In lane 5 is Springer Memorial. In lane 6, Combermere School. And in lane 7 is Graydon Sealy. Rounding out the field all the way in lane 8 is the St. George Secondary School.
Perry, this under 13 girls 4x1. Of course, all of these would be students who just came from the primary school level. Some would have competed at knapsack, some with no experience whatsoever running at primary school.
Yes, but we were commenting on the poor handovers at the house sports, some of them, and we were hoping that by the time they roll around to the zones that we should be seeing some fairly decent, if not perfect, baton passes. So we're hoping to be pleasantly pleased today.
Well, they're off and running. The Allen School, Ellerslie, Harrison College, Christchurch Foundation, Springer Memorial, Combermere, Graydon Sealy, St. George. I remember only one team will be advancing. Christchurch Foundation is really looking to seal the deal, at least for the day. We're going to watch the handovers carefully. Christchurch Foundation now getting ready for the next handover. It's a beautiful one. Christchurch Foundation is gone. The others will have to run to catch them. Here comes Springer Memorial with a fight. But it's all Christchurch Foundation for the final handover, and it's a perfect one. You can't ask for anything better than that for a handover. Christchurch Foundation on the way to making it into the final, all the way into the final. Christchurch Foundation, they will be first. Second will go to the Allen School, Springer in third, Ellerslie, Combermere, St. George, and Harrison College. Oh, guys, relays come down to one thing.
Getting the baton around the track.
Getting that baton around as quickly as, and they were crisp. Especially that final one.
Shante Morris there for Christchurch Foundation.
Wow.
She was also a CUT representative, and she's doing quite well.
Beautiful handovers.
Wonderful handovers from the Christchurch Foundation, Michael. That is what we were looking for all along, Ian.
Of course, the passes. You want to make sure those passes are on point. We've been languishing and lamenting about that. But
so it is strange though.
We've seen some good ones today.
Oh yes, we have. But it is strange that the number of schools who are in this zone, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 schools in the zone, but we're only getting one. I would be expecting 2 heats, 6 and 6.
I know that some schools, maybe some of these schools have the same problem that Courage and Parry had, where they had a very small number of under 13s because all of their class, all their first formers came in as under 15s.
That's right.
Most of them came as under 15s.
Wow. Could it be so coincidental that they have that many under 13s to make up a team? Well, I mean, you guys are telling me it happens, so.
It happened at house sports. I'm not saying that it could. I'm not saying that it should happen. It should happen here, but it happened at house where you can understand the dynamics of the houses.
Yes.
But throughout the school, you should be able to find at least four
little boys and 4 little girls to put together. Huh?
Well, this is only one zone, so let's see how it goes in the other zone.
I don't think I
would think that probably if it affects one aspect of the organization of the entire thing. So, for example, where you have a lot more under 15s, a lot more athletes going into under 15s, I would think it natural probably that it may matriculate into this. So you may have that situation as well. So it's not far-fetched, but I'm not sure how far across the board it's really been spread.
Yes.
So we'll have a good perspective as time progresses.
So we have now the under 13 boys, just 7 teams.
Thank you.
So who do we have here competing in the under 13 boys?
Under 13 boys in lane number 7, we have Graydon Sealy. In lane number 6, Christchurch Foundation School. In lane 5, St. Leonard's Boys. In lane 4, St. George Secondary. In lane 3, Combermere School. In lane number 2, Harrison College. And in lane 1, the Allen School. And they're chasing a record of 53.04 seconds set in 2017 by the Allen School. And that's the zonal record. The BSSAC record is held by the Leicester Vaughan School, set in 2012, 50.97 seconds.
So, relays, the winning team will automatically advance to the final plus the next 6. So whoever wins the relay today, whoever wins the relay on Thursday from the Frank Blackman zone, those two will be automatic qualifiers. The others run a fast time and get your berth into that final.
So we know Christchurch Foundation girls
already
team already gone in.
So that's one team, and if we start looking at the statistics, that's one Christchurch Foundation team in the final for the girls. And remember, they're looking to be zone champions as well as the overall champions. So they've started quite well. So again, they're off to a good start. Aline Harrison College, Combermere, St. George, St. Leonard's, Christchurch Foundation, and Graydon Sealy. And for sure, Christchurch Foundation has secured teams in all.
Oh, St. Leonard's
boys has dropped the baton.
Oh, man.
But Christchurch Foundation continues to roll here. So it's looking like Christchurch Foundation wants to do the double for sure.
Combermere looks nice.
Right now, Combermere is chasing. Foundation hands over, lovely again. Here comes Combermere. Combermere, that little guy is rolling. He's coming for Christchurch Foundation. It's still Christchurch Foundation. Combermere now in the lead. Combermere leads. Combermere in the lead now. Christchurch Foundation chasing. Can they catch them? No. Christchurch Foundation, Combermere leading. Combermere holding on. These little short guys are doing it for Combermere. Harrison College in second and Christchurch Foundation in third. What? Wow. Did you see those little guys from Combermere?
Yeah. Oh, Michael, I'm very disappointed with the St. Leonard's boys. Though. They look very good. The first leg was on point. They looked up in the run-ins and
menacing. They looked menacing.
Oh yeah. And then all of a sudden it all went here where there the first hand over.
But my problem with relays though, and I was taught this. When the baton is dropped, you don't hold your head, you don't think, you don't daydream. You snatch the baton up and you give it to the runner. You never know what will happen. Wow. So Combermere really rolling along with that. Harrison College in second and Christchurch Foundation with the third place. And if the time was fast enough, it would be good enough to get them in, because remember, the next 6 best times will be advancing. So we'll see what will happen with them there. So the under 15s are coming next.
Yes, the under 15s.
Do you guys have the under 15s?
We have the lane assignments here. And those young ladies will be chasing a time, a zonal record, as well as a BSAC record, a time of 49.58 seconds, held by the Christchurch Foundation School. Team on which Julia Denny and Lelani Haddock would have featured prominently. We won Kayla Cummings as well. So we are rolling right along with these relays. Just about 15 minutes now after 3 o'clock. 17 in fact. So the time is not looking too bad at all, considering that we started just about 35 minutes behind schedule.
The under 15 girls are scheduled to go at 15:35. Wow. They've really picked the pace up, guys.
Oh, yes.
We are now ahead of schedule. The thing is, I'm surprised that none of the physical education teachers and coaches have raised a fuss about this, because remember, once the schedule, unless they have met with them and told them that they will move up the schedule, but really, you should go to the schedule. So we are well ahead.
It affects the recovery time of the athletes. I think
correct.
Maybe they're just saying, oh, they're just relays next, so let's get it over with. But still, those athletes who are running in the relays, they were competing all day.
Yes.
And they still have to look at the recovery time for those athletes as well.
Which they surely need. So the under 15s are not out as yet.
They just came out actually.
They are?
So they're making their way onto the track. I was at the under 17s.
Seems like all the fans though are foundation fans. I haven't heard applause from anyone else. I think we need to chase some more technical folks.
Really?
As soon as we say Christchurch Foundation, they all got up in a frenzy.
And the cameramen applauded and all. I don't understand this at all. So I've solved the problem as to why we aren't seeing Josiah Cato running today. Apparently at the St. Leonard's boys, what they do with those first year on the 15s for house sports, they put them in on the 14 division or something by themselves, and he did not run the times required to qualify. And I said to the PT teacher, and if you have a guy like that who you realize is jogging 400 meters because he has no competition, you should put him straight up in the under 15 division and let him battle it out. So that's why we aren't seeing him. I'm sure that they probably he will be running in the relay apparently, but not any of the individual events.
Okay. Well, thank you for that explanation.
Well, we hope to see him in the under 15 relay if St. Leonard's boys can get the baton around.
So I am quite sure we're going to see the Christchurch Foundation girls in all of these relays, looking for the opportunity to advance their teams automatically into the finals. And as was required, they have one in already. So for sure, they have a shot at getting 10 points in that final. The under 15 girls are coming next for their shot.
Yeah.
And I believe we can take a short break, guys, and return when the under 15 girls get on track and ready to roll.
Looking for strength and energy? Try Ensure and Live with all-in-one nutrition for healthy bones, muscles, heart, immune system, digestion. Ensure and Live at a store near you. No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
And we're back here at the National Stadium. We're just in time for you to capture the running of the under 15 girls 400 meter relay. And the lane assignments are, Ian, you have the under 15 girls lane assignments.
In lane 1, the Allen School. Lane 2, Christchurch Foundation. In lane 3, Harrison College. Lane 4, the Combermere School. In lane 5, Addersley. Lane 6, Springer Memorial. And in lane 7, St. George Secondary School.
Okay, as Michael would have alluded to earlier, we're going to see if Christchurch Foundation can book all of their female relay teams into the finals. I know for sure they have a very good, very strong under 17 relay team. You have Sarah Bell. You have a very informed Lenani Haddock there as well. Combined with the likes of Jalea Denny, and with those three, any other person going there will make a fairly decent team. A very competitive team, as I should add. So they're looking to get all of their female relay teams into the finals. That's going to almost guarantee them a chance at becoming the BSSAC champions in the girls.
Well, let's see how it pans out here as the under 15 girls get ready to go on the starters' orders. Won't be too long now. So we await the start of the under 50 girls. There's obviously some challenge here. Not sure as to what it might be. But what I can do in the meantime is look at the results of the under 15 girls high jump. In terms of the top 3. Let me just give you those. We had Charity Cumberbatch from Harrison College. She cleared a height of 1.41 meters in second position. Of Christchurch Foundation, Serena Edwards, clearing a height of 1.44 meters. And then in the top spot, Ariel Solane, 1.44 meters as well. I am only left to assume that the reason Ariel Solane may have come out on top, Perry, is because she would have cleared the height in less attempts.
It goes back to count back sizes, which is partially true, Ian. Not only that height in less attempts, maybe they both crash out after this height, but throughout the whole series of jumps, she had the fewer knockdowns.
So we hear the instructions of the starter, asking the athletes to get on the mark. Remember, lane 1, Aline Christchurch Foundation in 2, Harrison College Combermere in 4, Hellersley in 5,
they go.
Springer in 6.
Springer looking nice on the outside, Ian, as they go to the first handover. Springer is out and gone. Christchurch Foundation has some work to do on the backstretch. There's Springer. Look at Christchurch Foundation, Harrison College. Here comes Combermere as well. Christchurch Foundation running back into it now on the go to the backstretch. Second handover. St. George is now in there. Oh my. St. George is now out there. Harrison College. Final handover now. Let's see. Whoa. Christchurch Foundation. And in the middle there, it looks like Combermere. Combermere and Christchurch Foundation. Whoa. Combermere and Christchurch Foundation. That the lead for this in this relay changed 3 times.
Yes, it certainly did, Perry. At one point, Spring Memorial was out front.
Oh yes, they look good at
after the first handover, really, it really went all downhill from there. Worse yet, after the second one.
Oh my!
And then they ultimately ended up in last position, but out front. The Christchurch Foundation School team, they are looking like defending champions.
Yes, they finished second. That's very valuable points for them.
Was it Harrison College?
Combermere finished first.
Combermere finished first. Combermere finishing first. Christchurch Foundation second, and in third, I can't remember who came third, but I really was impressed with St. George in that third. That third leg. They really came off that bend. Good. Oh my gosh. Kudos to them for the effort.
I would like to see them get another chance to run again. I'm sure that if they get another chance to run in the finals, they will become even better. St. George, the setup wasn't bad, and they really that athlete on the third leg really ran that curve well.
Well, lots of strategy going into preparing these athletes for these relays. Lots and lots of practice sessions. The passing of the baton, of course, is of primary importance, because we need to successfully complete the relay, really, to get that baton all the way around the track. And the Combermere School certainly did a brilliant job. So very good run from them. It's the turn of the under 15 boys now, making their way onto the track.
Let's see, under 15 boys. Ian, if you call the lane assignments.
In lane 1, we're going to be having the young men from St. Leonard's Boys. Lane 2, Harrison College. In lane 3, Christchurch Foundation School. In lane 4, the Combermere School. In lane 5, St. George Secondary. In lane 6, the Allen School. And in lane 7, the Ellerslie School. Rounding out the field for the under 15 boys will be the young men from Graydon Sealy. As we hear the stadium announcer now introducing the under 15 teams 4x100 meters runners. Michael Jules, you're back with us.
And Ian, they're chasing the zonal record set by Harrison College last year, 47.55 seconds. And the BSSAC record set in 2011, and I'm sure Michael Jules remember these guys, Atwell, Grandison, Graves, and Harding.
Oh, yes.
45.59 seconds.
Of course.
2011.
So the lineup here, St. Leonard's, Harrison College, Christchurch Foundation, Combermere, St. George, Allen, and Ellerslie. And
Graydon Sealy as well as in there.
They're in lane 8, Graydon Sealy. Yes. And I'm pretty impressed with what Combermere has been doing so far with the relays. They're factoring in here.
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
Extremely good.
So, just getting ready for the under 15 boys. Just one section for the boys.
Yes, it seems like one section for all.
For the boys as well.
So all the athletes are out on the eastern side. Of course, all the individual events finished for the day. So they're just going to be giving their support to the athletes who are competing in the relays. So, on the starters' orders.
An appeal being made by the announcer to allow the athletes to have as clean a start as possible. We had a challenge whereby, especially during the school meets, where the athletes and the supporters sometimes got a bit too close to the track. You see a rope up today, though, so.
Yes, that discipline must be maintained. We don't want any of the athletes getting hurt by a excited spectator. Overly excited, I should say, because we want them to be excited. So they're off. A good start here. St. Leonard's, Harrison College, Christchurch Foundation, Combermere, St. George, Allen, Ellerslie, Graydon Sealy. First handover. Graydon Sealy on the outside there, looking good. Look out for St. George Secondary. St. George is looking good. Your man Jamarco Gill running that second leg. Let's see what will happen now as they hand over. Harrison College coming into the mix.
Boys coming into the mix as well.
Watch out for St. Leonard's Boys.
That's
St. Leonard's Boys is running. That's your man Cato. And into the straightaway. St. Leonard's Boys. Harrison College chasing. St. George Secondary in pursuit. Coming up the straightaway. 50 meters to go. St. Leonard's Boys, they're on the inside. They'll hold on. St. Leonard's, Harrison College, St. George Secondary. I think Christchurch Foundation was really overpowered in that one.
Yes. Finished about 5th.
Well, look like 4th from here. A 4th place finish. 4th or 5th. But they'll have to wait. And it's hard to wait.
The agony.
I prefer to go through automatically any day than to sit and wait.
So St. Leonard's, they've booked their spot.
Yes, they surely have. The St. Leonard's boys you were talking about. So the under 17 girls are coming up now. How many teams do we have for the under 17 girls?
Let's take a look here and see.
17, 6 teams.
You have the list there?
This looks like about 6 teams or so. No more than 6, based on what I'm seeing here at least.
Wow. Well,
so the under 17 girls,
only 6 teams.
It looks like 6 teams here. Lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, we see St. George Secondary having a team in every relay.
Yes, they've been factoring in the relays. That's good. That's very good for St. George. They actually had a great run there in that 4x1 for the under 15 boys.
We have
Jamarco Gill running that back stretch.
Beautiful.
That was a hell of a leg from him.
Beautiful. Michael and Ian, another record on the chopping blocks there. The under 13 girls 4x100 meter relay. The old mark 53.83 seconds set by Springer Memorial. The new mark 52.79 set by Christchurch Foundation girls.
Wow. So that makes it how many? 12?
12.
So the under 17 girls just won heat.
One heat, 16s. Chasing a time of 49.32. Records.
Pardon?
The zone record
is how much?
49.32.
Okay.
Time set last year by Harrison College.
And that under 17 girls 4x1 relay team from Christchurch Foundation, I believe we will see Sarah Bell being a part of that.
Oh, yes. And Hannah Connell as well.
Well, no, Hannah Connell.
Sorry, and Alani Haddock, I'm sorry.
Haddock, yes.
Haddock as well.
That's going to be a pretty decent team. Maybe the long jumper could get a
yes, most definitely.
All decent long jumpers can sprint.
They sure can.
Or should be able to
should
sprint.
be able to sprint.
I should say. Should be able to sprint.
We mentioned the zone record. We didn't get a chance to mention the BSAC record, though. That time is 47.87 seconds. That record is held by the St. Michael School, set back in 2011. So let's see how these young ladies go. A powerful Christchurch Foundation team.
And I mean, if you look at that 49.32, that was set by a Fracka Bino Ford, Charissa Moore, Akela Morris, and Russell. Now, Morris would have been the only real true sprinter in that team, and they were able to run 49.32. And when you look at Christchurch Foundation's team, which comprises of two really good sprinters in there, I can tell you.
3 decent sprinters. And the long jumper isn't bad either.
We may be looking at a record here in the making for the under 17 girls.
Oh, yes.
Quite possible.
Once they get that stick around the track.
So the lane assignments then for the under 17 girls, Ian?
Lane 2, St. George Secondary School. In lane 3 is Comamere. In lane 4, Christchurch Foundation. In lane 5, Springer Memorial. In lane 6, Parkinson Memorial. And in lane 7, Harrison College, rounding out the field in the under 17 girls 4x100 meters relay. Let's see how it goes. Foundation, to use your word, Mr. Jules, menacing. They certainly do present quite a challenge on paper. Let's see how it goes on track.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Awaiting the instructions from the starter now to get on the mark. Of course, there's a call for quiet so that the athletes can have the opportunity to hear the gun. It can get pretty loud here at the National Stadium when the cheers ascend.
Relays are always exciting, Ian, and they tend to make people forget.
They certainly do.
What they're not supposed to do.
And
we really want to thank the people who have tuned in to Sports.bb. Remember, we'll be back on tomorrow to bring you the second day of the Sol Esther Maynard zone. So make sure you're here. And that gets going tomorrow at 9 o'clock. for the field events. The field events begin at 9. The track events begin at 10 with the 400-meter hurdles for boys under 20. And then we come down to the 200-meter hurdles for the under 15s. We also have the 800s, the 200s, and the 4x4s. That's tomorrow, right back here at the National Stadium, and we'll be bringing you that live stream. So make sure you tune in. And if you have any friends who you don't want them to miss the action, you can give them the link so that they too can tune in.
A long delay here prior to the start of this. And the 17 girls 4x1.
I'm not seeing any conferencing or anything but the starters. I'm not sure what is going. Maybe the persons that before the finish aren't ready.
Looks like they're ready by now. Seeing a signal going around.
Mr. Benny Rose, the starter of this race, he's up on the rostrum.
And the thing is, for the relay is, by now, the officials at the takeover zones, all they need to do once the runners are in place, they just need to raise the flag. So we're off and running now for the under 17 girls 4x100 meter relay. This one is expected to give us a record run, and already we see Christchurch Foundation, just as we thought, the jumper. And here goes Sarah Bell. Sarah Bell running the ankle leg. She's going to be challenged though. Harrison College and Springer Memorial giving chase. So here we go. And who is going to anchor for them? This is Christchurch Foundation here. One leg remaining. Who's going to run that ankle leg? Leilani Haddock. Haddock gets the baton. It's all Haddock looking for the record. Haddock all the way. No one is going to catch Haddock. Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon. Leilani Haddock anchors Christchurch Foundation, Springer Memorial, Harrison College. And that's the top three there. Wow. Do you reckon we have a record?
It looks pretty quick.
Yeah.
Michael, it looks
pretty quick. It looks better than 49.3.
Looks like a 48 point.
Wow. So that's the way to run the relay. Get the baton around, get the stick around, and Perry, our jumper, ran the first leg for them.
She let off.
Wow.
And you can see the athlete on the back stretch. She have a strong athlete, Sarah Bell.
Oh, yes.
She took the baton early, deep into the handover zone, and that afforded the jumper only to run less than 100 meters.
And you know, we did not talk about that new rule either.
Oh, no.
We didn't mention to the listeners and the viewers about the new rule.
Oh, yes, the new rule where before it was only 20 meters.
30.
And the other 10 is now 30. It used to be 20 meters.
Oh, no, I know it's now.
The acceleration zone was 10. And the acceleration zone was 10 and the handover zone was 20. What the IAAF has decided that they're going to do is that they're taking out the acceleration zone and they've included that 10 meters into the handover zone. So now the handover zone is 30 meters. So you can cut down a leg of the relay by at least 90 meters. By at least 20 meters, sorry. If you do it correctly, 10 meters if you get it at the top of inside the original handover box. But if you take it early at the start of what is the old acceleration zone, that's going to drastically reduce the amount of distance the slowest runner will have to run.
So again, it comes down to strategy from the part of the coaches. They know the runners who's stronger, who can probably run better, closer to 110 meters, and those who can run closer to 90 meters.
Yeah.
So all strategy.
Well, that one is now
so
in the history
that's
books.
the under 17 girls, done and dusted.
Yep.
Good term. And we only have 4 teams here going in the under 17 boys. Actually, there are 2 sections for the under 17 boys. We'll see 4 teams in that first section. And Alpha Ned again coming back to run for St. George Secondary. Do we have the record there for that event, Perry? Under 17 boys?
No, I'm not seeing it here. Our runner, I don't think he brought that one.
A lot of paperwork to go through.
On the 17 boys.
Yes, we
do.
there.
That's right there.
Record 43.95 seconds.
43.95. That's quite a.
By Christchurch Foundation in 2017. The BSSAC record 42.42 set in 2012 by the Lodge School.
Great. So the under 17 boys then are preparing themselves and they're being marshaled out to the respective areas. And then we move to the under 20 girls and the under 20 boys. And that will conclude our first day of action. Wow, a year has come around quickly, guys.
Oh, yes.
Seems like only yesterday we were here talking about who will be the zone champions. Actually, seems like just yesterday that the concept of a zone BSSAC, we were here discussing it. And now we are into 3 years. And it will go on and on.
Time is really flying.
I dare say that the zone concept is here to stay. I agree with you 100%, Michael.
Well, and that's until some other philosophy emerges, because you remember that the old format would have been up since 1985, the first BSSAC with all of the schools. So if we go back in history and we look at how inter-school sports came about, we had the older secondary schools competing by themselves. Then we had the newer secondary schools competing. So there were actually 2 separate championships. And then that came in 1985 into one championship, which is now known as BSSAC, with a different format of 5 days where there were heats, semis, and finals. Now we have moved to this format of 2 zones and finals. So who knows? It might be something else in the next 15 years or so. So what do you have there for us, Perry? Some results?
On the 15
boys 4x100 meters relay, it looks like the St. Leonard's boys have eclipsed the old zone record.
Yes, that 47.55 is no more. The new mark, 47.21.
Congratulations to the St. Leonard's boys
and
on a new record.
On the 15 girls, they did not. That's under 15?
Yes,
girls?
that's the under 15 girls.
They didn't see it happen in the under 15 girls today.
Okay, well, you need to place another R there. So at the end, we can count up those records. Are you keeping track?
We are at 13, no, 14.
Okay, so 14 records for the day.
Trying to keep track mentally. I think it's 14 we are at.
Well, I trust that the guys operating the finish electronic timing system would have some kind of indicator here. Normally, you can indicate when records are broken, and we can go online and on the system rather and check. So already the under 17 boys for the second section are coming out. Should have some fireworks in this one as well. Under 17 boys. What's the time they have to beat again? The zone record?
43.95.
43.95. So you can see here the guys getting ready. These are the first legs getting ready to be marshaled to the start by our good friend Marcia. She's been doing this for a while, guys.
Oh, yes.
The starter's assistant. There she goes. Escorting the athletes, St. Leonard's, St. George, Harrison College, and Ellerslie. Those are the teams we will be seeing. Blocks already set. And we'll just have the introduction by the stadium announcer. And I guess, Ian, you can introduce them as well so our viewers can see the teams for the under 17 boys, the first of 2 sections.
Well, in this first section, in lane 2, St. Leonard's boys. In lane 3, St. George Secondary. In lane 4, Harrison College. And in lane 5, the Ellerslie School.
So again, in this one, 2-time finals. And just the winner. So these guys will definitely be running for a time. It's not a matter of first place in this section. They have to run a faster time than those in the next section. So they are now under starters' orders for the first of 2 sections in the boys 4x100 meter relay under 17. They're off. St. Leonard's boys, St. George, Harrison College. Harrison College is making up that stagger on Ellerslie already. What a lovely first leg there. Oh, a lovely handover from Harrison College. And chasing is Ellerslie. Ellerslie is not giving up this fight yet. So it's Harrison College, Ellerslie. Oh, Harrison College is blundering a bit there. But they're still holding on to the lead. They're running for a fast time. Final handover now. And they have it. Harrison College. Still Harrison College. The chase is on now. Ellerslie is coming hard. Ellerslie is running. Not be enough to catch them. Ellerslie second, St. George third, SLB will finish in 4th. And I like that guy who ran the last leg for Ellerslie. That guy he looks good.
Oh yeah, see.
Raw talent.
Yeah, he ran
raw
over
talent.
State, obviously.
Yes.
As Perry would say. I think if we had a few more meters, he may have been able to reclaim.
So if it was a 4x150.
Yeah. He may have been able to reclaim some ground. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It's just 100 meters. So Ellerslie having to settle for second on this occasion. But we look at the second section.
This second section will provide the fireworks that we wanted. Ooh. Christchurch Foundation versus Combermere.
Yep. Oh my.
I believe they're going to put Carvalho to anchor. On paper, it says Carvalho will run first. And then we have Christchurch Foundation with Nathan Crawford Wallace in there as well. Wayne Jones. The Allen School will have a good squad too. Akil Howell in there. So this one should be exciting. But Combermere. Where do you see where do you see Mikhail Carvalho? Let's see. Do we see him on the back stretch?
He would run an excellent back stretch though, Michael, I must say.
But just as I thought, he's running the anchor.
Yeah.
I don't think they can risk really putting him anywhere else. If there's anyone on that team who can probably run back and catch anyone, it would have to be him. Strongest member of the team for sure. Under 17 girls, 47.80. Is that a record?
I'm checking. Did we get the under 17 girls list? I don't think.
As we look through our papers here, they're numerous in number.
Under 17 girls. What's the time again?
Well, the time posted by Christchurch Foundation today, 47.80 seconds.
Oh, new record.
Yes,
Old record, 49.32.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it is also a new BSAC record.
Lovely. Thought so. Under 17 girls. We kind of called that one though.
Oh yeah. That was expected.
That's a good run from them. 47 points. So now we're ready for the second section. Ian, under 17 boys, you can give us the lane assignments.
Lane 2, the Combermere School. In lane 3, we have Christchurch Foundation. In lane 4, Graydon Seeley Secondary School. And in lane 5 is Parkinson Memorial, rounding out the field. In lane 6 is the Allen School.
Yes, this one should be definitely competitive.
So Perry, you can take this sheet and put an R on that as well. That would put us at 15 for the day, by your count.
Does that include field events? Were we checking the field events?
We had no standards for the field events, so we have to go back and ask for if there any records are broken in the field events.
So I think I'm going to give Ian and yourself some homework. When you get home, you can go online and look up the BSAC results, and it will also have if records were broken. So we're off and running. Combermere, Christchurch Foundation, Graydon Seeley, Parkinson, and the Allen School going around. They're already out there for a standover. Christchurch Foundation. Wow, they're looking good so far. Foundation looking to make it that stagger. Graydon Seeley in there as well. Let's watch the next handover. Christchurch Foundation still holding on. They're holding on to the lead. Allen will have a lot of running to do. Graydon Seeley in there. Final handover. Christchurch Foundation into the straightaway. Can Carvalho catch him? I don't think so. He'll have too much running to do, but he's running. He's running. Won't catch Christchurch Foundation. He'll have to second for third. Graydon Seeley in second. And the technical people are up in the air again. So Christchurch Foundation putting another one in the bag. Another team advancing to the finals. There's rejoicing in Water Street.
Oh, see, Michael.
Well, more Churchill.
Yes.
But
Michael.
I will work with Water Street. It's in general vicinity. It's in the constituency, Michael Jules.
This is what I was talking about. Michael Carvalho taking the baton early on that back stretch, Michael Jules. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. He doesn't have the backing that he needs.
Yes.
So you need to put him there to push the rest. Push the bus, so to speak. And it just didn't happen. It just didn't work for them today.
It didn't work out.
So they don't have that long agonizing wait.
Yes.
But I'm really excited to see the Frank Blackman zone and
St.
Michael's School in particular.
Oh yes, that's gonna be keen.
Therefore, by
that
one
will be
team
keen.
Is something serious.
Yes, that zone is
on
going
the 13 girls team is going to be phenomenal.
Oh yes, the St. Michael's girls.
Oh.
Sky Spencer Lane
and company.
And company.
Samaya Della
and company.
Holford and company.
And company.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, that will be a bomb squad there for the St. Michael's School for sure.
But they have to get the baton around the track.
Between those girls, though, if we look at the events for the under-13s, the under-13s have the 1, the 2, the 4, the 8, the long jump, the high jump. Yeah. Now, just those 6 events and those names you just called, you know that they can dominate most of those events.
Yes, they certainly can.
So Maya Dell will probably win the high jump and do very well in the long jump, if not win it.
Either her or...
we also have Sky Spencer Lane, who will be quite dominant in the 400. Between the 4 and the 8, you have Holford. Wow. But we'll see, because it's what happens on the day that counts. You can have the biggest name. You know this about cricket. Biggest name, and then you get one ball.
One ball duck.
Well...
So we have
the caliber.
But are you a bowler or a batsman?
I'm an all-rounder.
You're all-rounder?
You should know this. But so nonetheless, we're not going there.
Did you ever get any one balls?
No. I really didn't get many one balls. I think I would have gotten in my career but 1 or 2, to be honest with you.
I think you're a bowler.
My defense is quite solid.
I think you're a bowling all-rounder then.
Defense is quite solid, you know?
Okay, so we are back on track here for the under-20 girls 4x1. Give us the lane assignments, Ian.
In lane 2, I'm seeing Harrison College. Lane 3, St. George Secondary. In lane 4, Springer Memorial. In lane 5, the Allen School. And in lane 6, Christchurch Foundation.
Look at Christchurch Foundation's team. Rosette Hoyt, Hannah Connell, Jill Williams, Azriel Chatterton.
Whoa.
That's a strong team.
Yep.
Wow.
Whoa.
And they have really asserted themselves here today.
Well, Harrison College also has a pretty strong team too.
Cara Douglas, Afraka Bino
Janaya
Ford.
Drakes, Ivana Odell if she runs. So they're off and running. That's the under 20 girls 4x1. Let's see how things will shape up here. Perry, what's the record?
The record is 47.80. That's the zone record. BSAC record 46.83.
Okay, so as they go down the stretch there, second legs is looking pretty even at this point. Let's see who's going to hand over first. Christchurch Foundation hands over first. Springer Memorial is giving chase. So it's Christchurch Foundation, Springer Memorial, getting ready for the final handover. I think it's done and dusted here. Hannah Connell will run the final leg for Christchurch Foundation. Hannah Connell and, oh my, Springer is giving chase. Springer Memorial giving chase. Not anymore, it's over. It's over. Hannah Connell finishes it for Christchurch Foundation. Springer Memorial second. Third will go to Harrison College, the Allen School, St. George Secondary.
Whoa.
How many is that now for Christchurch Foundation?
They have three definitely.
Three teams?
Three teams
on the 13, on the 15, and on the
3 out of 4 are
yes.
automatic qualifiers for the final.
On the 13, on the 17, and on
now
the 20.
Wow. And I think we have an injury somewhere down the line there.
Yes, sir.
See the medics heading going down. So Christchurch Foundation over on the eastern side rejoicing already. And this is just day one.
Yep.
And they're having a ball. Having a ball over there. Anna Connell really showing her class. Oh yes, lovely.
Oh my goodness,
lovely.
You need to have a bigger lead than that to get away from Hannah Connell.
Yes, you must. 25 meters or so. The under 20 boys, can we see what's happening here in the under 20 boys?
Oh, we
Only
have
6 teams.
Only?
Only 6 teams.
Are we going home already?
We're going home.
Looks that way to me.
Wow, it's an early evening, fellas. What are we planning to do for the evening?
I am thinking about a glass of Morby.
Morby.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, Perry.
Well, I like lemonade.
That sounds like a better one.
So the under 20 boys are final event for day one of the Saul Esther Maynard Zone Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships.
Yes.
Comes down to the under 20 boys 4x1. Had a really great day, and just after this 4x1 we'll be able to pull up the scores so that before we leave that the guys will know, all the listeners will be able to end the day knowing where their schools lie.
Here we see the principal of the law school. I almost got a little confused there just now, Michael. I was looking to see what.
So Winston Dowrich.
I had to look at my finish line sheet to see
if there was a principal's race.
No, where was the law school? I saw the principal. But we know the principals are heavily involved in the planning of BSAC. So I think he's one of the on the committee, I believe. So he will be checking in on all the zones, etc.
So
the boys getting ready. Organizing the blocks and such like. I didn't manage to see who the athlete was that went down at the final takeover point.
So those points though from the relays are going to be crucial for Christchurch Foundation as they try to maintain their leads.
But I think they would have extended their lead.
Very much so, going into because they would have won 3 out of 4 in the girls.
Yeah, they certainly.
Yes, and they will have some valuable points going into day 2. And if you can go into day 2 with a little advantage and just hold on, for sure, we may be looking at the double crown champions, Christchurch Foundation.
Been doing exceptionally well for the last 3 years or so.
Oh yes, at least finishing in the top 3. top three.
Consistently putting in, well, among the girls in particular,
yes.
they have been putting Springer Memorial into second, beating Springer into second for the last 3 years or so. In fact, no, they would have won last year, and probably this year they stand a good chance of repeating. But in 2016, I believe, the Springer Memorial girls would have taken the zone championship, but would have fallen at the BSAC level.
Yes, once they got to that next stage. Yes. So the lane assignments here then for the final event, the under 20 boys 4x1.
Lane 2, St. Leonard's boys. In fact, let me do it the other way around. In lane 7, the Allen School. In lane 6, Harrison College. In lane 5, the Commonwealth School. In lane 4, St. George Secondary. In lane 3, Christchurch Foundation School. And in lane 2, the lads from St. Leonard's boys.
They're chasing the record of 42.01 seconds. That's the zonal record set by the Allen School last year. The BSAT record, 41.55 seconds, set in 2009 by the Lodge School.
Wow. So the team's preparing. I must say that they went quite fast, though.
Yes, they did.
They went quite fast.
I don't think there was any significant lull in the activity.
None at all. None at all. Again, we must commend the organizers for putting on a good show.
Just one more to go.
Under 20 boys.
Some more to look forward to.
Oh yes, and always a great day. I'm a fan of the 800 meters.
Well, we know that.
I'm so looking forward to the under 20 boys 800 meters. And of course, all the other 800 meters. Sheena Goodin. Looking to see if her record will stay. I think she still has the BSAC record for the 800 meters. Maybe for the 15, I will check. And she's been asking me all day if her records are still intact. Well, the 15, but I think it's the 800 record tomorrow that she'll be worrying about. So our teams are ready to go on the starters' orders. The final event on the track and I think on the field too. I don't see any field event. So the final event, Day 1 Saul Barbados Secondary Schools Athletics Championships. They're off. The Esther Maynard Zone, St. Leonard's, Christchurch Foundation, St. George, Combermere, Harrison College, the Allen. Harrison College looking good. Oh my goodness. Is that Griffith? That's Rasheem Griffith.
Christchurch Foundation running back into it.
Leg there. What a lovely handover there.
Nice.
Harrison College. Allen chasing. Christchurch Foundation is flying coming in. Let's watch this last handover now. Harrison College. Christchurch Foundation. Is it over yet? No, it's not. Christchurch Foundation is running away with this one. It's all Foundation. Jonathan Jones sprinting through. He won't get there. But wow. Christchurch Foundation adds another one. Did you see the speed there from that Foundation quartet?
Wow.
Oh, yes.
And Harrison College, I can tell you, this guy is extremely fast. He comes from a 1,500 meter background. A man who runs 350 something for the 15, 1 minute 48. He ran for the 8, 46 point for the 4, and a blistering leg there, that 4x1. I tell you.
We're going to get an opportunity to look at the replay.
That's some speed.
So, Jules,
guys, don't go anywhere. Don't come off the stream as yet. Yeah. We are going to show you that replay in just a second. What? So this was the leg from the Foundation lad that really brought them back into the picture here. The handover, saw Jonathan Jones there. Actually, Jonathan Jones was third. And you saw him move right up into second, flying past the guy from the Allen School. But it was all over as Christchurch Foundation hammering the field all the way to victory. And
Wow.
there goes Jonathan Jones in that second spot. So a tremendous run from all the athletes there. And we are now going to see if we can get the point standings after day 1. Perry, while we look for them, your final thoughts?
Whoa, so many things going through. So many things are going through my head right about now, Michael. Outstanding performances. Sarah Bell setting a new mark in the 75-meter hurdles.
Kobe Hudson as well.
Kobe Hudson.
Pretty
All those
dominant
record
today.
breakers were exceptional. There's just so
Layla
many.
Haynes.
Layla Haynes is a phenomenal athlete, and I'm looking forward to seeing her tomorrow as well. So
800, yeah.
there's so much, Michael, Jules, so many things that really impressed me today, especially from the Christchurch Foundation team. I think they had the most solid all-round unit,
Yes.
and it showed today. They scored points in on the field and on the track as well.
Well, for sure. Can't really single out any one athlete, but I think what's important to me is the fact that we are seeing records being broken, and of course records being broken suggests that the athletes are getting better, the performances are better. I love to see records broken. And also, I must commend the Christchurch Foundation team for what I have seen also as a good all-around effort.
Yes.
And I guess it shows in what we will be telling you shortly, the points.
Most definitely will.
So, Ian, tell us the girls' point standings.
The girls in 10th place, the Ursuline Convent, they have amassed 4 points. In 9th, the Graydon Seeley Secondary School, amassing 22 points. In 8th place is the Parkinson Memorial School with 27. In 7th, the Ellerslie School, 39 points. In 6th, the St. George Secondary School with 53. And in terms of the top 5, in 5th is the Combermere School with 103 points. And in 4th is the Allen School, 109.5 points. Then in 3rd is Harrison College with 150 points. And the top 2, where the battle really is right now, they've gone clear really of the rest. Springer Memorial in 2nd place, amassing 244 points. And the defending champions of the Esther Maynard zone, the Christchurch Foundation School, 281.5 points.
Wow, so that's about what? Near 40 points lead?
Yes, about 40 points
something?
or so.
Yes. So, Perry, what's happening in the boys' scores so far?
Right, in the boys, 10th position, Ursuline Convent, 1 point. 9th, Parkinson Memorial, 22 points. In 8th position, Graydon Seeley Secondary, 36 points. 7th, Ellerslie School, 53. 6th, St. George Secondary School, 78. In 5th position, Combermere School, 97. In 4th position, the Allen School, 132.5. And the top 3, St. Leonard's Boys in 3rd, 143.5. Harrison College, 2nd, 180. And just running away again, emphatically with the boys, 214 points, Christchurch Foundation School.
So that's a great effort there. So CCFS leading in the boys and leading in the girls. And again, as we begin to sign off for another day, and we certainly had a great day of action here at the National Stadium. Remember, tomorrow we begin our coverage at 9 o'clock. We'll bring our coverage to you. We have some field events, and then we get started on the track at 10 o'clock with the 400-meter hurdles for the under-20 boys. We come right down that line of intermediate hurdles to the 200-meter hurdles, and then we go into the 800 meters, the 200 meters, and we end the day with the 4x4s and the crowning of the 2018 Esther Maynard Zone champions. So, on behalf of Perry Barnett and Ian Webster, and of course, the sponsors that we will mention now.
Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc., of course. Ozone Wireless, Scotiabank, Sagicor, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Brighton Stokes, and Flawless Gym, our sponsors, and those persons really responsible for the support of Sports.bb, bringing this coverage to you today.
So on behalf of all those sponsors, again, Perry Barnett, Ian Webster, and the entire crew, we're signing off, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow for continued coverage.
It's not about exercising. It's having the strength to do what you're passionate about. It's not about the road traveled. It's about the one to be traveled. An important thing in life is finding the perfect balance between body and soul. With a bottle of Ensure, you get the proteins, calcium, and 26 vitamins and minerals your body needs to live the best moments of your life with strength and energy. Your life, your health, your Ensure.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you earn up to 3% cash back on everyday purchases with the Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction, a lot more often. Plus, you get a welcome bonus from the get-go. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving, so it's easier for you to create many more precious yes moments. Apply for yours today. Call or visit a Scotiabank branch to find out more. Conditions apply.